περιμένουμε κάποια άτομα ακόμη, αλλά νομίζω ότι καλό είναι να ξεκινήσουμε. Κάποια άτομα που ανήκουν και στην Οργανωτική Επιτροπή. Τώρα κάνω το ρόλο της Ούτε Πετκάκης που είναι εκεί. Κανονικά αυτή θα έπρεπε να είναι εδώ, διότι είναι η συντονίστρια της Οργανωτικής Επιτροπής Ενίσχυσης των Βιβλιοθηκών, η οποία Οργανωτική Επιτροπή κάνει μια εξαίρετη δουλειά τα τελευταία 10 χρόνια, προσπαθώντας εθελοντικά να βοηθήσει τόσο τις βιβλιοθήκες, όσο και τους βιβλιοθηκονόμους, με μια σειρά από δράσεις. Πέρα από τις ημερίδες και τα σεμινάρια που είναι σαν το σημερινό, έχει ένα ετήσιο συνέδριο που γίνεται κάθε χρόνο στην Αθήνα. Έχει κάνει σεμινάρια σε βιβλιοθηκονόμους στη Θράκη, για παράδειγμα, και έχει ένα ηλεκτρονικό περιοδικό που όσοι δεν το γνωρίζετε, καλό είναι να μπείτε, να γραφτείτε, να σας έρχεται ηλεκτρονικά στο email σας και να το διαβάζετε, και έχει πλούσια δράση και τονίζω πάντα εθελοντικά. Όλοι όσοι συμμετέχουμε εθελοντικά και προσπαθούμε με οποιοδήποτε μέσο να βοηθήσουμε αυτή την εκδήλωση. Άρα ευχαριστώ την Αμερικάνικη Γεωργική Σχολή, γιατί οι καφέδες, ο μπουφές και ό,τι υπάρχει είναι της Αμερικάνικης Γεωργικής Σχολής. Να ευχαριστήσω το Γκέτε που ενισχύει οικονομικά αυτό το εγχείρημα, και σαφώς το Τμήμα Βιβλιοθηκονομίας που εγώ ανήκω, που και μας φιλοξενεί, αλλά και υποστήριξε όσο μπορούσε τεχνικά αυτή την εκδήλωση. Συμμετέχει επίσης από τη Θεσσαλονίκη το Κολέγιο Ανατόλια, η Μπίσελ Βιβλιοθήκη και η Δημοτική Βιβλιοθήκη Θεσσαλονίκης, που τα άτομα τα οποία ανήκουν στην ομάδα θα έρθουν σε λίγο. Δεν θα ξοδέψουμε παραπάνω χρόνο σε αυτό, γιατί νομίζω ότι προέχει η συγκεκριμένη παρουσίαση. Η κυρία Ούρσουλα Τζόρτζη μας έρχεται από την Κολονία, από το αντίστοιχο πανεπιστήμιο εκεί, και θα μας μιλήσει για ένα πάρα πολύ ενδιαφέρον θέμα κατά την άποψή μου, για το innovation management και για τη στρατηγική του marketing που πρέπει να έχουν οι βιβλιοθήκες. Διότι αντιλαμβανόμαστε και από μία εκδήλωση που κάνουμε πριν από 2 εβδομάδες σε αυτό το χώρο, ότι οι βιβλιοθήκες πρέπει να αλλάξουν, πρέπει να χρησιμοποιούν καινούργια μέσα. Επειδή έχουμε άτομα του marketing εδώ μέσα, φοιτητές, οι βιβλιοθήκες και οι μη κερδοσκοπικοί οργανισμοί πρέπει να αλλάξουν τρόπο προσέγγισης των πραγμάτων, τόσο στο management, σε επίπεδο management, όσο και σε επίπεδο marketing. Μιλάω ελληνικά, έπρεπε να το πω αγγλικά, μήπως?
Όχι,
Sorry. So, Ursula, the floor is yours. Sorry that I spoke in Greek, but I was talking about the group of people that invite you, and I said thank you to all of the people that helped for this organization, and a big thank you to you as well. So welcome here, and
yes, hello together. We have some more seats here in front. I think 5 or 6. You can come to the front and have a seat here. Yes, thank you, Manuel, for your invitation. I'm very happy to be here in Thessaloniki. And yes, I'm surprised so many students are interested in this topic. I hope you can learn something new about this. I'm professor for information marketing at the Cologne University of Applied Science since the year 2000. And my main topics of research are innovation management and quality management. and therefore innovation management, it's the main topic, I think, and the most important topic for libraries for the next years. Yes, in the afternoon we'll have a workshop, and I think then you can work in a group or in groups some of these topics together and present your results of your of some different topics. Now I want to tell you something about the innovation management and service innovation, because I think most of the innovations in libraries are service innovations, not technical innovations. Something about the trend reports and the importance of the trend reports, like Gartner, Hype Cycle, Horizon report, and some, I think, new trends in service innovation is the open innovation and knowledge management, and something about, tell you something about an own survey I did 4 years ago about the open innovation, but I think it's actual till today, and to have an outlook. Yes, innovation management and service innovation. You see, nearly 70% of the GDP in the OECD countries now is about services, and libraries are service organizations. They are part of the service industry, and therefore they have to implement new technologies and services to improve the satisfaction of the users and customers. And the customer satisfaction is very important. If you buy something, you will be satisfied about if you buy something at the internet, or you're going to a coffee shop or something like that. And I think libraries have to do a lot in this aspect. And they have to build up and to implement, and I think, a culture of innovativeness. But it must be an original for every own library, not copied from Germany or from the US or somewhere else, because they have a lot of tradition of every library of every country, and therefore it's important to have their own innovative culture. Yes, you see, product and service sector has to be aimed at the customer needs. Each customer as an individual is important, not only the crowd. And the main context is that new services must custom fitly to be tailored to each customer. And some mistakes were done till now is that good ideas are too often realized without analyzing if the customer needs these services, or if the market is right to this. Sometimes you have good ideas, but possibly the customer needs these things in 2 or 3 years. To think about some disruptive innovations like a digital camera. The innovation was done a lot of years ago, but some years later, customers began to buy these things. Possibly you are too early with these things. Yeah, customer satisfaction, innovation management, what is the connection points of these? I think you have to integrate the customers in your ideas of innovativeness. Customers' desires must be put into action. But we have one problem. Customers normally only can formulate their wishes and not the solutions. If you say, it must be warmer here in this room, or colder, that's your wish, but you can't possibly realize how pull this through something. That's necessary to do it. That's done by the library. Therefore, the challenge for libraries lies in the conversion of the customer's desires into the corresponding customer requirement and then the fitting services. What's the innovation process? What do you need first to be innovative? It's a question to you.
Maybe for a start, a good idea about how to approach the customer's needs.
Yes, also the idea management. Yes, that's
Yes.
right. You need a good idea, one idea or more ideas.
It could be from technical services to, I don't know.
Yeah, you need a transformation process from the technology to the services. That's
From the
right.
services and be approachable by a customer so that he could easily satisfy his need.
Yeah, that's right. That's very important. To
Maybe-
work easily. No? Because some of the services are too complicated for the users.
I don't know.
Because librarians always have their own language, their library language, and so on, and it must be very easy. That's right. Okay.
It could be a program on a touchpad in the library, as I think of it now. So the catalog of the whole library is on a touchpad,
Yeah.
maybe in the entrance or something.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So that was your point, the idea generation. That's the first point of the innovation process. Possibly you have a lot of ideas, more ideas, and then you can have an idea screening and to develop a concept for this. Business analysis is a market right to this, product development and testing or service development, the technical implementation or the implementation of the services. Sometimes it is a combination of both, also in libraries, and then the start in the market or in your library. And I think the goal is of every innovation, the successful entrance to the market not in the commercialized way, market also for non-profit organizations, the use and the need of these innovations. And you see, you have a funnel and you begin with a lot of ideas. That's the best way. And therefore, the open innovation is so important because if you have only a small library, you are possibly alone or one or two persons, and then you have so many, do you have so many ideas for the big funnel? No, normally not, and then it's good to have other persons who have also possibly good ideas. What kind of innovations we find? Here you see low technology, high uncertainty, market uncertainty, low and high. And we have a lot of innovations which are incremental. It's not the digital camera, not the iPhone or something like that. It's an optimization of a process in the library or something like that. And in the libraries normally we need these technical innovations to transform these technical innovations to services. Market innovation, some new markets, sometimes we have it for libraries, but not so often. If you are a university library, then possibly you can say, oh, we are also open for pupils or for everyone of in the town or something like that, but it's not. So important for libraries. And libraries, non-profit organizations, normally have no radical innovations. Radical innovations are not so often. And possibly some years later, we need these for the incremental or service innovations. Therefore, the most time we talk about these incremental innovations. And we have some dimensions of service innovation. First, the product or the service offering. We have the process, that's the most important part of innovations in libraries. How that offering is created and delivered. We have the position, the target market segment. If you don't have a target market, then the innovation is not successful. And we have the paradigm, the underlying mental models about what kind of business we are and the rules of the game, business model innovation. Do you know some business model innovations in libraries? Do you have an idea of a business model innovation? What could it be? Yes?
You mean in a commercialized way?
Yeah, possibly. You can commercialize the library in which way? It's difficult, yeah?
Yes.
But possibly you can have a totally automatic library without...
Kind of what I was talking about.
Yeah. Then you can open your library at night or something like that, yes?
We can make a book bazaar for all the customers, and with this way we can we have the way to come a lot of person and
Yes.
knew the library and the services, and we can improve the profile of the library and the
Yes.
organizations.
Okay. You improve the profile and possibly to get new customers for the library and so on. Yes?
Or maybe a 24/7 library with a type of ATM machine which has
Yes.
the whole catalog. And you could possibly book a book or if you want to loan a book, you could apply for the book to be served to you maybe the next day or the day when the library opens.
Okay, yes, that's right. Therefore, we have some, I think, some new business model innovations are possible. Here you see the innovation space, these 4 dimensions. You see, the middle is the innovation, incremental, the mental model, incremental also the product or service, incremental the position and the process. And you need all these 4 dimensions normally in this innovation process. What is the service innovation framework? You have the people, the librarians, you have the technology, the knowledge of the people, and the process. And then you have, on the other side, the customer, the result, the value creation for customers, and also the enterprise, the library. And the goal is higher productivity, higher contribution of the service sector. And in times with lower budgets, so on, it's very important to have a higher productivity and higher contribution to the service sector. And we have a lot of competitors to libraries. What are your competitors to libraries? Again,
Most probably the internet.
Yes.
The network, the global network. Just because everything is books nowadays are not used by people.
Okay.
People and customers always apply to videos and apply to internet services and stuff like that.
Okay.
Not many people turn to the books.
Okay. What other competitors?
I want to add to what he said, that the internet is also the enemy, because in the internet there is this vast amount of information, and you have to have the critical mind to understand if the information is real or fake.
Okay. Yeah.
So the internet is the, how to put this, is also the enemy of information.
That's right, yeah, that's
It
right.
could be used
It's
as another.
two dimensions, yes, of this information. What other competitors you have as a library? Yes?
The bookstores.
The bookstores, that's a, yes. Nobody is the first, it's a direct competitor. Internet is an indirect competitor, but internet you have to specialize it. Yes?
May I add that libraries are also very narrow-minded about what they provide to the user. They provide books, they provide dictionaries. They don't provide other things too, like digital material or DVDs or CDs.
Yeah.
Only the big libraries can provide these, and I think this is a reason why libraries are a bit left behind in innovation.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. Because the customer...
Because the customers want more material, and the library provides only a certain amount of material to them.
And therefore, it's because if it's a place for leisure time or something like that,
Yes.
then it's a competitor to a lot of others. If you have a look to Apple stores or something like that, it's a competitor.
A library could easily overcome the fight between libraries and bookstores, because if there is innovation in the supervisor of a library, I don't really know how to say it, if there is innovation in his mind, he could easily use internet as a source of knowledge, and together with books, that's what the fellow friend said. Libraries are narrow-minded, at least here in Greece, as I've seen. They don't usually, they don't think what a customer nowadays is. There are probably people in our age who are not used into reading, especially books.
Okay.
So that's what, in my opinion, that's what a library should do. Get in touch with the whole internet process, and not so much the DVD or CD process, the internet. It could be the greatest enemy and the best ally.
And the mobile services, you are mobile.
Yeah, it could be a USB drive or something like that. It could be
Okay.
anything.
And have services about your iPhone, iPads, and so on.
Application, maybe.
And some other services, near-field communication, and so on and so on. Yeah.
May I add something? I
Yes.
think also that libraries lost their target, that a library is not just a place where you store books. A library is a place full of culture, a place where people meet.
Yeah.
The libraries lost their target. They're just the place where books are stored. They
Okay.
don't do something to bring people, to show them that we are here too. We can do great things.
And that's the image of most of the
Yes,
libraries. Yeah,
they
that's
don't
right.
try, the librarians don't try to fix their image, they don't try to fix the image of the library itself.
That's right, yeah. Okay. If you look at the service innovation triangle, you find, possibly it's a little that read the tangible assets, financial assets, very important, it's the basis, the people, the librarians and the technology, the ability for the service system, the business model we talked about, and the customer experiences. Your experiences with mobile phones and so on, they are the base for the innovations and the necessary. And then you have the outcome, the value about it. And therefore, libraries must create a value for their customers. Otherwise, they use other competitors. That's the problem. You are not alone. If you look to this model, the diffusion of innovations to the market. Normally it starts with 2.5% of innovators. They have always new things, the iPhone 6, the iPad Air 2 and so on. Where's the iPhone 6 here? Nobody? Okay. iPad Air and so on. No innovators, but possibly then the early adopters, they follow. The early majority, the late majority, and then you have the laggards. They are always some years behind all these trends. And if you want to implement innovation, it's very necessary to have some innovators, to have a lot of early adopters, because they show the others. That's important, that's trendy, sexy, and so on, and you will need it. Otherwise, you never have an early majority, so the innovation fails. It's not successful. And that's a problem of a lot of innovation. Normally we say 50% of all innovations are not successful in the market. That's a lot. And that's a lot of money. What is worth? On the other side, if you are very successful with your innovation, then possibly you have a market share at the end of 100%. Then you are the best.
Professor, what exactly do you mean by early adopters? Who could be an early adopter?
You see the first persons who have some new technology advices, like the iPhone 6 or something, to say, oh, I need it too.
So it could become a trend.
Then it becomes a trend, yes. You are not the first who stands at night at the Apple store to be the first and show your iPhone, but some weeks or later you say, oh, it could be interesting to have an iPhone 6 too or something like that.
So maybe that, for that to happen, maybe you should apply not to the user, but the company itself to create a trend.
Yes,
maybe
because you must be very good in the marketing about this. You must be very good in the marketing. And then we see here a late majority and laggards, they are nearly 50%. Then if you have the iPhone 7, they buy the iPhone 6 or 5 or something like that. Huh?
What you mentioned here is consumerism. It's like, yeah, the iPhone is innovative, so let's buy the next one. The next one comes out, so let's buy it. The iPhone, as you mentioned, it is just a device.
Yes.
It's like a weapon. The weapon can't shoot itself. Someone has to do it. If you don't know how to use it, it ceases to be innovative. That's why we have app developers. There are many people behind technological innovations. It's not just the company.
But I think that's nearly the same about other services. If you have nobody who use some new things and services, nobody will follow.
So,
And something is dependent on the culture. Well, I show you an example. We have in Germany, we are not very active in chats. What? In chat. Chat.
Ah,
Yeah? That's not typical German. And now if you offer services with chats, they are not successful. Because it's not a German culture to chat. And can be very successful in US or Great Britain or somewhere else, but not in Germany.
In Greece.
Yes, yeah. Have a lot of chats and so on.
Yeah.
No? Germans are not chatter. No,
you
I think it's
mentioned
culture.
the subject of technology. Sometimes success in innovation within the technological fields lies heavily on good marketing.
Yes, that's right. But you must.
So
Yeah, but you must have the first persons. who are
innovations
always
in
active.
technology must have also innovative marketing
Yes, you must have
to
yeah.
promote them properly.
Yeah, that's a combination of this. Therefore, the innovation and marketing work together. Yeah, that's right. But normally, you always have some people who are interested in all these new things and new trends. But then you need a number to have all these early adopters. And then you have a good marketing, but you need also these innovators that you see, oh, they use this. It's useful or something. In the second part, I want to show you something about the trend reports, Gartner Hype Cycle Horizon report. Did you work with the Gartner Hype Cycle? You have ever heard about this? No? Oh, okay, wonderful. What is the Gartner Hype Cycle? Hype cycles help organizations understand the landscape of technology, maturity and markets, and to decide which technology innovations to adopt, postpone or ignore, and when it is time to adopt. I think normally libraries are not the first. Normally they adopt something. And that's are the phases of Gartner Hype Cycle. First, some innovative enterprises start with their research and development. Start-up companies are funded by some research and development. Early adopters investigate. The mass media hype begins, and so on. Then you have some more activity beyond early adopters. It's totally a hype. But then falls down, and second, third round of venture capital funding, less than 5% of the potential audience has adopted fully, and then you have a high growth adoption phase starts. On the other side, you have the C and E. There are no working products in this phase, but then the media hype begins. At the top, when it is a high, the negative press begins. Oh, it's not so fantastic. And we have consolidations, failures, and so on. And then you have this transformation to the market. The phases you can take is the technology trigger, peak of inflated expectations, the through of disillusionment, slope of enlightenment, and the plateau of productivity. And you see here are a lot of technologies coming out the next year. It's the Gartner hype cycle of emerging technologies from 2012. I show you why. And you can see some technologies, the yellow one, they are, the plateau will be reached, this plateau will be reached in more than 10 years, the blue in 5 to 10, the light blue in 2 to 5, and the white in less than 2 years. And normally, if you are a library, it's not possible for you to invest in this part. You need a lot of money, you need a lot of funding, of persons who are very innovative and so on. Normally they will start here or here to adopt some innovations. I show you some two technologies. 2012 3D scanner in this part. Natural language questions answering. Possibly also very important in the future for libraries. In this part. Then 2030, 3D scanner nearly at the top of the peak of inflated expectations.